Hey there, team. Welcome back to the Grassy Plains. I will so I'm recording this one right after the last Grassy Plains, but I'll probably slot this one in the week after. So I'll try to put a siege between these two. I know a lot of people just do not care for the Grassy Plains. I get it. And it's another MSQ2 anyway, so I'll slot this one after that. I just tend to record these as they are, you know, in my list, so it just makes it easier for me. But I will try and slot a siege in between these two, but sorry if I forget. So, playing as Khand. I love Khand. Absolutely. So we got the Watcher there. Next time, some Nomadic Raiders. Oh, we have shifted. Oh, okay. Yeah, I like when people do this. So, Nomadic Raiders, Varag Warriors without the armor upgrade, lots of Nomadic Warriors. Okay, that's quite cool. And then Nurad Halberds, Stormguard, Brother of the Shadow out front, and Brother of the Spear. Okay, kind of cool. As for Cav, we've got the Brother to the Bow and the Windblades. Alright. I like this, and you know, Nurad Halberds mixing amongst with the Nomadic Warriors is kind of a cool shout. You know, because, of course, Nomadic Warriors are a hell of a lot cheaper. Halberds already up than the Nurad Footmen. You know, and Nurad Halberds are already providing you that AP, so you don't really need the Nurad Footmen to be mixed in amongst it, arguably. To his side there, cool, we've got Mikrik there, so he's playing Cardolan, adore Cardolan, of course. Sharpshooters, Hearthguard of Amon Sul, some Greenway Garrison Spears, Minheria Spearmen there, Gatekeepers, Gwathlo Trackers, cool, hiding somewhere there, yeah, more Sharpshooters, more Greenway Garrison Spears, and Commanders. Okay, cool. I never really take Dunland Commanders. They are Spear Cav, I believe. So yeah, they do have an anti-cavalry bonus, but they do have a little bit of a charge to them too, kind of like a hybrid type thing. But I tend to, I go for my Lancers, and then I go for my my Mercenary Cav to kind of, you know, fight other Cav. But yeah, no, definitely. And that's where he got his General today. So he's only got one unit of Cav, so he just is like a bit of a multi-role cavalry unit just to see what he can do. The bulk of his forces are together in this Minheria Minheria Men at Arm mixed in with the Greenway Garrison Footman front line. Yep, very solid. Nice. And then we have FFA Muffins there. He's got his Misty boys today again. So lots of Heavy Gobble Spears, Mountain Orc Host, White Orc Fearmonger front line. Kind of. Oh yeah. So lots of Mountain Orc Host. Very cool. And some Gobble Infantry. We have the Mangonel. So we've got two artillery pieces on this front line. Now this is something kind of interesting. He's gone for an artillery piece, but then he's also gone for a very heavy Cav force. So he's got his Bogs Champions, double Warg Riders, the Drake Broodlings, and then in the back, 2 units of Warg Skirms. So perhaps he's just... I'm just wondering what his strategy is going to be here. Because usually when somebody brings artillery, it means that they're intending to play defensively, and when somebody brings a lot of cav, they're usually intending to play offensively. So the fact that he's brought artillery and cavalry full on like Napoleon stuff, it's I'm interested. I'm wondering, I guess because he doesn't have any, well, at least we're not seeing like any crossbows and stuff. I think he's gonna be offensive, and he's just like, he's got that Mangonel right out front, so I'm imagining everything's going to sort of shunt its way past the Mangonel. Mangonel's just going to get some nice explosive yeets in there, just to maybe cause some chaos while he charges in, and maybe even tempt... yeah, no, I kind of like that, because it'll throw Dorwinian. Yeah, that's the purple boy here. That is purple, right? Nope, that's not purple. My eyes are really bad. Maybe Rudour, or Dunland, perhaps. So, anyway, either way. We're going to get some yeets in there, and it's going to stop him from forming some sort of formation that he maybe wants to do, throw him out of position a bit, maybe even force him to want to come in for a charge, and then the Cav, the Wargs, are going to wreak havoc, and the main line is going to crash in. I'm kind of into this, maybe. And at the end of the day, it's just a Mangonel. As long as he doesn't dedicate too much of his brain power into protecting it or using it, you know, he should be okay. Let's maybe grab a picture of that Mangonel as soon as the enemy forces spawn, because I quite, you know, Mangonels are a bit funky. They're pretty cool to see on the field. Come on here, boys. Let's get going. 16,000 frames is pretty quick for a 3v3. Usually, I say if a 3v3 is quite quick, then you can usually be assured that each of the individual scraps are relatively even. Can't be certain about that, but yeah, let's. Okay, well you can't really see the boys anyway. But hey, Dunland, yes, Dunland. Okay, cool. So we have Finrod here with his Riders of Orthanc out front. Dunland veterans. Oh, he's got a catapult. Okay. You don't usually, catapults are not usually counter artillery pieces, but the catapult should be able to out accuracy that mangonel. So if he wants to bring that down, he certainly can. We got a lot of warg skirms here. Goodness sake, I'm really hoping we get a massive warg versus warg clash on that right flank. Spearguard, more wargs behind them, of course. Yes, dudes. Good, good, good. And then Baneguard. Now, of course, being a wild man, there's going to be a lot of hidden forces here that we can't really see. Bit of a pain in the ass for the mangonel. Can't really pick a great target. Anyway, JKL is over on his flank. He's got his Imladris sentinels there in front of them. Sorry, not sentinels? Yeah, sentinels. Yeah, sentries are the pikes. Eldraenway archers, some spears of Rivendell, and Imladris guardians without the armor upgrade in front of them. Usually do see them with the armor upgrade, but in a free-for-all, Imladris is always going to... Well, not free-for-all, in a field battle, Imladris is always going to be quite an expensive choice, so you need to save money where you can. That's why we've got the spears, and why we've got the unarmored guardians, I suppose. Archers of Rivendell behind them, and Gwathi Roxdor too. Cool, cool, cool. And then more guardians. Yeah, I really like this sort of thing, splitting your army up into these like 3 cores. It's how I used to play Napoleon back in the day. You know, just having each individual force in its own like group and just moving them around independently was always really fun for me. And then yeah, cool. That is another sort of Nuritino warrior. So slightly higher quality art. Well, yeah, definitely a higher quality archer and definitely better in melee than the Archers of Rivendell. Then we have Buzzard here, another elven faction, with his March Wardens alongside him. Lots of these Carth Galadriel Guardians. Oh, cool. And mixing up with the Lornand Warriors and Spears of the Wood. I like that a lot. Like spears mixed in with a an AP Axeman is really cool to me. Lornand Warriors again. More warriors. Sorry, no, archers and archers. Woodland Protectors, Riders of Goldenwood, and Mounted Company. And the Kindred. I'm into this, but I'm a little bit worried for the Northern Boys right now. I think it's not just 2 elven armies, it's 2 very high quality elven armies. I should be over here right now just to see what we've got going on with that. Riders of Orthanc, that... Wow. Okay, just made a little bit toasty, but not even suffered nothing in response to that first mangonel volley. We didn't get an ear burst, though, from those barrels. They just hit the ground and exploded. You really want that ear burst effect. If I was him... Oh, no, I don't. I was going to say I would charge the mangonel, but I totally forgot about the cat sword. Oh my god! Go, 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 go! Love that. Send out the dogs. Yeah, get the hell out of there. Do you have a horse archer to go over here? Like, you know, the crossbows will rip them up, but it seems a little bit... Oofed. We get a little charge here. Oh yeah, okay, I'm needing to slow this down. Yeah, I need to slow this down to 0.6. Sorry about this, boys. But it has to be in. Right into the Nomadic Raiders, and out again without suffering anything. Good little... I mean, yeah, not the highest quality, boys, but yeah, that's exactly what you want. We don't want this, though. We're pulling... he wants to go for the Hawacha, that's what he's doing, but he's running right through these guys. I like that, like, these elves just riding right between the lines of the Nomadic Raiders. If we can shut down that Hawacha really early, then, I mean, that's a nice win. The Nurad Windblades, though, you do not want to get mixed up with them. How many... We took them down to 18, holy smokes. Get back. I will, like, as I say, when it comes to 3v3s or free-for-alls, like, I will always miss things, unfortunately. It's just the way it's going to go. No, like, I always think you're better off lighting it up. I just think, yeah, I just think not lighting up, I know it makes it shoot out a lot faster, but I just think, oh, dude, you need, whenever you actually get a hit, you're just like, dude, I could have killed 4 guys if that thing was on fire. You need that little explosive effect. JKL's rushing at Cardolan today. Oh, goodness me, those poor elves. Oh, these are Grathlo trackers. Oh dear. But yeah, I mean, as long as Cardolan's morale holds, this front line should shrug off that attack. Not too bad. Over here, watch it down to 16. So they can still use all of the equipment, but it's just left them in a more scary spot. And they're taking this this arrow fire from the Neratino warriors, and yeah, that's a bit scary. That's a bit scary for sure. What we? Oh my goodness me! Oof, JKL. A lot going on, of course, with the front line, but that's a shame. Little. What the hell? No. Cool. I appreciate it. Don't do it again. Yeah. I think he maybe was attacking them when they were over here, and they've just run it into the front lines. Oh, they're shaking though. They are totally alone. Oh, dude, we need some support on the front line here. It's a whoa. Big dabs. Holy smokes. Wow. We are routing left and right here. These are elves of Imladris. What's going on? Go to them. And this is leaving them wide open for a Drake Broodling charge. This is scary for the elves. Really scary for the elves. Riders coming over. Yeah, we need that. We absolutely need the riders to help us out now. This is very scary. And yet Finrod is just sending everything over. Good for him. Back up your buddy. And this, I mean, these are arguably the guy that's in front of him. So, oof, Gosling, how are we doing? Still 65, still showing their multiple hit points, keeping them alive in this case, but not fun. Not fun at all. Guardian's getting chased down. That is a good early win for the Southern boys, but we're actually kind of still even numbers wise. Sentinels falling back now. Windblade's taking fire. How's that Hawacha doing? Let's see. Oh, down to 3, so we can still use it. But if one more guy dies, then we can no longer use the Hawacha. R.I.P. R.I.P. my boy. So that's it. That's it done. Stop using ammunition. Oh, what? What? Oh, I love that. The guy took like some arrow volleys, and you know he's absolutely pin-cushioned. He's about to go down. He's just like clutching onto the Hawacha as he lights off them, and he's just sort of, you know, aiming it as he's laying on the ground, his last breath. Very cool. But that's it. They unless the Hawacha's different. Maybe the Hawacha can be... No, oh, the Hawacha can be manned by one man. Holy smokes. Interesting. Oh, okay. Ow. Nice targets. But you want this middle, you want those Guardians taking these hits. It's kind of cool that he's falling back from this situation. I said we're too clutched together. Spread out. That was interesting actually. I didn't know that the Hawacha could be fired by one man. I guess because it's like it's based after like the Revolt and all that. You know, it's not like a catapult. It's not a catapult or a cannon. It's based after a sort of smaller artillery piece. So I guess you can command it with just one person. That's very cool. Yeah. So it looks like Cardolan has kind of comfortably won that. Bandits. The bandits are coming. Okay. I love the Cardolan bandit look. I mean, those dark bandits of the Shire are quite spooky, you know, but I love this sort of more colourful bandit appearance that the Cardolan guys have, the classic look. Ooh. General has fallen. Because he was only part of a 1 hit point unit, he is a bit more fragile than you would be if you put him in with a more elite force. So he has just been shot down by the assassins of the Riders of the Golden Wood, which is actually, you know, that's how I like to use them. You know, it's good to use them for these sort of like high value targets, just because they're so damn accurate. Still, it's just the swarm of dogs that we have on the field. I can't even tell like which dogs are which, because you can tell with say the Isengard wargs are all brown. The you know, the Angmar wargs are much lighter. Yeah, I think they're. I remember seeing it at some points. Like the Angmar wargs are all like generally white, and then the Misty wargs are all they're mixed. And I think the Dunland wargs are they use the Misty warg. But I might be wrong with that. I might be. Mech coming over now. Oh. Keeping back. I like this. We're sort of scrunching together. Very good, guys. Don't just let this be a series of 1v1s. If you're facing a fight that's not going in your favor, then yeah, why not? Don't support your ally a bit, within reason. Oh, goodness me. Gwaithy Raptor hitting the banditos. Ow. Poor fragile bandits. Very poor fragile bandits. Of course, being little javelin throwing guys, and then just, you know, they can muck about in melee, but up against Imladris elves, it's a bit much. But with these halberds, if they get all around them and through them as they're doing there, this shouldn't be too bad for them. Warg Riders from Muffins going up still. Windblades still pretty damn decent number. Speeds of Rivendell here breaking. I'm kind of just, yeah, I'm surprised with JKL's attack there. That's interesting. So the bulk of the Lothlorien forces have pulled out, but still we're leaving the archers behind. And we're not... I mean, it's a long run, but like I'd be getting my cav over here just to smash down those elven archers. Or maybe if I was MSQ, I'd rush forward, which he is doing now, I think. But you know, he's taking quite a lot of fire in the process. Now it's all come forward right into his nomadic warrior shield line, so he's not going to be crying. But it's, you know, they must have something defending them, because MSQ has not been. Even with the likes of the Brother to the Bow, I would have, you know, put their bows away and gone in for a few charges, I think. Kendra taking fire. Riders of the Goldenwood out of ammunition at their side. We need to keep those guys safe now, or we want to use them as melee cav. Just do some of those short-range charges. Converging. Dunland and Rivendell converging together. While in the back we have Cardolan mixing up with the Misty Gobbles. That nice green Cardolan front line arriving now. Green and purple, we should say. Lots of nice colours in Cardolan's roster. One of the things I sort of do like about them. You know, I love the aesthetic of Gondor, and I think the aesthetic of like Arthedain really fits it well. But Cardolan having this sort of very, you know, vibrant greens and everything like that. It's, yeah, I enjoy it. I think it looks dope. You know, we're sort of stuck with what we got with Gondor, because that's what everybody knows is Gondor, and I definitely wouldn't want it changed. And I think we've really nailed Arthedain's aesthetic as well. But Cardolan being this sort of Western Kingdom of man that I guess is more, I mean, closer to what I would imagine is like a, you know, realist. I don't know if I want to say like realistic aesthetic for like a fantasy human, you know, kingdom. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. Over here, Nuritino warriors. Are these? Is that Nuritino warriors? These are staff masters. Ah, cool. All the way over from the flank. We've got those armor upgraded staff masters. Of course, very stubborn as standard, but giving them that armor upgrade just lifts them up that little bit more. Just makes them so difficult to break down, unless you can shoot them up. But, yeah, if you can put some shots into them, then yeah, RIP staff masters. But it's you can just get them plugged into melee, and they'll inflict some casualties. You know, they'll over time they'll inflict some decent casualties because their staffs are AP and everything, so it's nice. Pulling out there. What happened to the arch? Looks like he's yeah, Buzzard is more than happy just to fall back when they're coming at him. You know, Elven speed, you can kind of get away with that. Just fall back, continue to use his ammunition. We'll go to 1 speed now. I think things are really converging now. It's still quite muddled. I'm still, every time I look at a warg, I'm having to check to see who it belongs to. This could be a shout. Okay, because of course, if we can land these shots into the Variag warriors and the halberds, or the brother of the sword here, then that's great. We just need to be getting around the nomadic warriors for that. What is this? Alright. Oh, we are very close to them. Ah. Oh no. Orcs trying to chase down those wind blades that are coming in and out of those Lothlorien archers. That's definitely nice. That's what we want to use those wind blades for. And nobody's outpacing a wind blade. Absolutely, you know, fastest horses in the world. Orcs are, yeah, just being left in the dust by them. So those archers are, I think at this point Buzzard will know he can't really get them away, so if we can just get a point blank volley or two, then it is what it is. We're going into the wind blades. Oh, that was a cancelled shot though. Oh, we are going to try and escape, but surely not. Getting that swift wood elf speed. Yeah, and not so fast without their horses, eh? And you know, the wargs of Dunland just trying their best to guard these elves as they fall back. There's actually no contact right now. That's very it's kind of interesting to see that midway through a not a free for all, a field battle. Just the factions or both teams, you know, pulling back and reinitiating this skirmish phase time. Usually you can rely on a battle having, like, you know, your three distinct stages, you know, the maneuvering, the skirmish, and then the actual clash. Whereas they've kind of gone against that here. They had a bit of maneuvering, a bit of skirmishing, clash. Now they're back to maneuvering, and now they're into skirmishing again. And it's and I mean that's how you want the battle to be. Of course, you want there to be some intricacies. If every battle just goes as expected, as normal, then it loses its joy for sure. Blackwold popped up there. Didn't even see these guys from Finrod. They've been hiding quite nicely for a long time. But they'll be tough to get through, and especially if they can get mixed in amongst some of those Cardolan forces, that would be very unpleasant for them. All 2 hit points, locked morale, a lot of damage. So not fun. And still flanking around. Oi. But no, as I say, so I'm just trying to record as much content as I really can. While I'm at home. Just because I noticed there, I've got my 2 videos I uploaded that I just recorded at home down south in England. And jeepers, I do not know what's up with my mic. I bought the exact same microphone, exact same setup, just so I wouldn't have to change any of my settings, and it just doesn't sound good. I think it might be perhaps something to do with, like, the echo from my room, but it surely can't be just that. I don't know. It's very strange. I'm gonna have to. What I'm even tempted to do is leave everything else here and just see if I take my mic down south with me. I think I might do that when I head back down, and see if it's just a case of the microphone itself is maybe not good. But yeah, because I'd like to not have to change my settings between being down there and being up here. I want to just when I do get time to get home, I just want to, you know, break out and just record. I don't want to have to, like, change my settings. That mangonel is still alive. Burning into the Dunland vet. That's a cool front line. Dunman pikes and Dunland veterans. That's very cool sort of wild man. Sort of semi-civilized wildman front line. Riders of Orthanc walking through. Don't walk through the fire. Wait a second. Does that? It's only. I think it's only Silmarillion that the fire continues to deal damage. Yeah. So I don't think it does that in Reforged. But I know in Silmarillion, if you walk a unit through these sort of fiery textures, it can still cause you a bit of damage. Mangonel blasting there, but not really. Again, not air bursting. We're getting kind of unlucky with that Mangonel. There we go. That's what you want to see. That proper, like, sort of Witcher effect. That's the true desire from the Mangonel. And most of the time, you know, you get a bit of an air burst, but I wonder how the game decides that. Like, how does the game decide when the barrel is going to explode? So MSQ is really coming around now. Yeah, got a full flank over. We are actually properly clashing here. Yeah, we're clashing. We're still coming around it too. Finrod trying to again do what he can with his wargs. These are just warg skirting. Oh no, there's a few warg riders left. Once the halberds really make contact there, and yeah, they're fully just around the Lothlorien forces. Black Wolves rushing on up, going toe to toe with these halberds. It's very messy for those halberds for sure. This really chaotic formation of the Black Wolves is not the type of fighting that those halberdiers want to get in. And also, you know, they've got no armor to break through. Something that's not going to have an issue with that, though, are the incredible Storm Guard. Whenever I see the Storm Guard, I do tend to talk about how much I like them. I think they're one of the most impressive sort of bodyguard units. Out of ammunition, March Wardens, trying to hold back this Brother to the Sword and Variag Warrior front line. That's not going to be pleasant. I say that as they've got victories almost certain, but that's not going to be forever, surely. So we're leaving that, pulling back some of these forces to flank around. I just don't think... I think this is kind of a problem here, and it was sort of a problem from the start, was that... the Protectors! No! Because we had these two very high quality elven armies, we just lacked numbers. And Dunland can pack up the numbers, but just across away from Dunland, we had Misty. And then we have Cardolan. Cardolan can really pack up the numbers too. And Khand, it's just... yeah, it was... what the hell, boys? Get your head in the game, Grassy Raptor. There's 13 of you. What got you routed? You better turn around. You better turn around before you get off the field. And you're not even going to get off the field because you're going to run right into these halberds. No, come on, boys. We need you. We seriously need them to stop routing. Oh, dear. Kindred's getting chased down by the broodlings. Oh, are the... oh, that is... looks like... I don't quite know where that would be. Dunman Pike's falling back. Yeah. Finrod just gathering what he can, really closing in around his elven allies there. You don't have... yeah.
Our foe is broken.
Watch
how these
sorry, anyway.
Hunt them down.
Wait a second, that's the last of somebody running? That must have been the last of the Imladris forces, so no, we are not getting those Grassy Raptor back. That's a stinger. That is a big stinger. Some bandits, yeah, so they've got the Shire bandits, a much darker looking bandit model. Riders of Orthanc, they've got their maces out, but they might still have some ammo. Woodland Protectors, everything just converging together. Now we're just kind of relying on, well, I guess how much ammunition do those Trollstraw Axe Throwers have? And the stubborn skill, I shouldn't say stubborn, I should say skilled nature of the Lothlorien elves. Those staff masters, I say, not going anywhere. Love this like mix between the staff master and the Black Wolves, basically two totally opposite units. I'm actually saying that in terms of as far as Rude Hour units go, the Black Wolves actually have quite a lot of defensive skill. One of the only units that have any sort of defensive skill in the Rude Hour roster. So yeah, apart from like, you know, well, yeah, because when we got like the Rude Hour Swordsman or the Rude Hour Axemen, who just like, what is melee defense? No. In the time I'm spending parrying, I could hit my enemy twice. I sit down quite a disciplined, you know, way for a Rude Hour man, I know, but yeah, I believe that is their thinking.
They have only half
I love Rude Hour, really. It's the first faction I ever got a win on with Reforged in a 1v1. I can't remember who I was fighting. This was years and years ago, of course, but I was dabbling with a few factions. I just couldn't really find my feet, and then I played as Rude Hour, and I was just like, oh, yeah, this makes sense. I can do this. And then I got a few more wins with Rude Hour, and I attached to them. And then Cardolan popped up as well for me, and I was like, oh wow, I like these guys too. Yeah, so Rude Hour and Cardolan are my go-tos for pitch battles. We've got the rotting meat now. To be honest with you, I just wouldn't. I think you've got a lot of men of Khan there. You've still got some gobbles. You've got Cardolan. Yeah, I think I'd hold fire on that. And you're throwing rotting meat at Lothlorien elves. Like they're not caring. They're fine. Misty Bolg's champions there, you're slamming in now too. Those Baneguard breaking it. Oh, okay, and there was rotting meat right there. Hey, and yeah, okay, I eat my words right there. I'll admit when I'm wrong. Those Bane Guards routing at about 60, about 68, and those Bandits routing at about 30, because they're surrounded by the rotting meat. This, yep, that's another big break. Okay, yeah, cool. No, you don't have to keep showing me. You don't have to keep showing me. I've admitted. I've said. So no, that was a good shout. Axe throwers, they're breaking. Yeah, just getting spread out now. So as I say, I mean the writing's on the wall here, but I think that the main problems for the northern guys there was just it seemed. I think it was an issue with army picks right at the start. I think had we done this, I would have maybe only taken Lothlorien or Imladris. I think in a 3v3 you shouldn't have. I wouldn't have taken both of them, depending on what we're fighting against. But when you know the enemy's gonna have so many numbers to just get around us, I just don't think I would have taken both. So perhaps instead of Imladris, had we taken a Western Kingdom of Man, you know, something along the lines of like Arthedain, Gondor. I know people don't really like Gondor and field battles sometimes, but I can get around there. I quite enjoy them. Or even if we wanted to be an elf, maybe Linden, you know, because Linden can pack up numbers. You can pack a lot more numbers than Imladris can for sure. So I would have pondered that. But still, certainly, I think we got very unlucky with some of those routes. Those Gwathi Rockdale routing off. We just weren't prepared for the amount of cavalry that the Misty Mountains were bringing. That was just scary for sure. I think we got very unlucky with that catapult. That catapult should have been able to outshoot the mangonel. Should have been able to crack it with sort of a few volleys, maybe even. But I'm not an archer. Oh, finally out of ammunition. The mangonel crew routing, well, not routing, pulling off. I think they can. It's quite nice to see a mangonel crew, you know, surviving. Or maybe these riders of Vorthank will kill them off. But hopefully the mangonel crew. No, they're going for it. Absolutely going for it. Well done, boys.
Worthy warriors have captured the enemy general.
But no, I think
Sure
I don't think anybody made any major missteps. I think the initial Imladris charge against the Cardolan was a bit of a. I didn't like that. I know that. Yeah, you can rely a lot on your elven skill to carry you through, but not against somebody like Cardolan. Cardolan, you know, they're not up against like evil men or orcs. Yeah, for sure, those Imladris Guardians would have been able to sort of crash in and just hack and slash their way through for a good bit, but up against somebody that can actually have the defensive skill and the attack to push you back, and the armor to resist any damage is a bit tricky, because that's something Cardolan certainly can do. They pack on the armor. But yeah. So all in all, that was pretty exciting. So I'll try and record a siege right now. I'll see what time. I'm pretty sure we've got time to just record a quick siege. And that'll be great. So yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. And then I'm gonna do a few little. I maybe want to do a few little random recordings. I've been getting really into Darktide, so I might want to meme around, show you guys my like low tier zealot play.
Our enemy is no more. We have won a clear victory.
No, we'll see. And that was dope. Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything crazy that could have been done differently. Yeah, you can just see the numbers. Like, you know, Finrod was basically the exact same amount of numbers as MSQ, but then both of these guys were verging on 3,000. You know, one over, one just under. They were outnumbering their enemy 2-1, which, sure, skill-wise, those elves can kill more than 2 each, but it's just getting around them, and that's what we saw there at the end. We just weren't able to form a proper defensive line, just because the enemy could swarm us and just fully get around. Poor guys. Varag warriors are getting 1. Must have received a nasty charge and we didn't spot it. Stormguard, they're doing very nice. That Hwacha, yeah, that was pretty dope. I think maybe we focused a lot of ammunition on the Hwacha, but you know, that was the. You see the amount of them that were actually healed from. Usually, I find that units heal easier from range damage than they do melee damage. So if they've been shot up, then usually you'll see more casualties being healed. Anything else that's absolutely crazy? Any cool moves from one of the nomadic warriors? Nah. Oh. So, although, the bow. Oh, that's where at the general. Okay. Nice. And yeah, 251 from the wind blades, but that's what we were needing for sure. So yeah, thank you guys very much, and I will see you later.